rights that women felt were settled for nearly a generation have suddenly become contested again.
Scott Walker back in Wisconsin tried to do away with equal pay for women in Wisconsin.
You're a great governor. What a hero he is. Scott Walker.
Governor Romney supports the Ryan budget.
I applaud it. It's an excellent piece of work.
The plan would cut funding for Pell Grants, about 2/3 of college students who get those female. It would cut funds for Medicaid, and about 70% of Medicaid beneficiaries are women.
Congressman Ryan and I are in the same position.
Mitt Romney has been asked whether he supports equal pay. He says yes, but he hasn't said whether he supports the Lilly Ledbetter Act, which makes it easier for women to sue on equal pay.
Does Governor Romney support the Lilly Ledbetter Act? And we'll get back to you on that.
I'm so happy to be here to make sure that my endorsement of Tom Corbett is heard loud and clear.
Pennsylvania Governor Tom Corbett catching some flack for defending a controversial bill. This bill would require women to have an ultrasound before going through an abortion, and the person doing that ultrasound would have to make sure that the woman can see it.
Making them watch, does that go too far in your mind?
I don't know how you make anybody watch, okay? Because you just have to close your eyes.
The bill forces doctors to position the screen in front of a woman's sight line while the procedure is being performed, and it requires a printout of the image to be filed away in the woman's medical records, even if she does not want that.
You just have to close your eyes.
My endorsement of Tom Corbett is heard loud and clear.
One issue that has become very controversial is that personhood amendment.
They say it prohibits rape victims who want abortions from doing so, outlaws birth control, in vitro fertilization, and puts lives at stake.
Would you have supported the constitutional amendment that would have established the definition of life at conception?
Absolutely. Do I believe the Supreme Court should overturn Roe v. Wade? Yes, I do.
A controversy over contraception is now an issue in the presidential campaign.
Back in my days, they used bare aspirin for contraceptives. The gals put it between their knees.
The Blunt Amendment. The amendment would have let insurers and employers opt out of providing birth control coverage.
Of course I support the Blunt Amendment.
Foreman heard the debate about contraception and said, really? Are we turning the clock back to something that seems settled?
Mitt Romney has called for the end of federal funding of Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood, we're going to get rid of that.
Mitt Romney's been very clear. He said he will sign a repeal of Obamacare.
If I'm president, I will repeal Obamacare and I'll kill it dead on its first day.
Some of its key provisions: insurers can no longer deny children coverage for a pre-existing condition, and preventive care such as cancer screenings will be covered completely at no cost to you.
Kill it dead on its first day.
We seem to be going backwards in time rather than forward. Should Mitt Romney be elected president of the United States, what public policies is he going to put forward that are going to help America's women?
Same-sex couples should be able to get married.
I indicated my view, which is I do not favor marriage between people of the same gender, and I don't favor civil unions if they're identical to marriage other than by name.
I don't think we should deny people rights to a civil union.
States are able to make decisions with regards to domestic partnership benefits, such as hospital visitation rights, benefits and so forth of various kinds could be determined state by state.
Does he support a constitutional amendment, though, that would ban same-sex marriage?
We should have a federal amendment of the Constitution defining marriage as a relationship between a man and a woman.
He signed that group's pledge, promising that as president, he will overtly work to amend the United States Constitution to make our national constitution anti-gay marriage.
Calling it marriage creates a whole host of problems for families, for the law, for the practice of religion, for education. Let me say this: 3,000 years of human history shouldn't be discarded so quickly.
I'm not sure which is worse, him listening to Reverend Wright or him saying that we must be a less Christian nation.
I'm actually going to, I'm not familiar precisely with exactly what I said, but I stand by what I said, whatever it was. Don't try and stop the foreclosure process. Let it run its course and hit the bottom.
Let Detroit go bankrupt.
I will repeal Obamacare and I'll kill it dead on its first day.
Governor Romney, if you don't deport them, how do you send them home?
Well, the answer is self-deportation.
Planned Parenthood, we're going to get rid of that.
Corporations are people, my friend. I was a severely conservative Republican governor. I'm not familiar precisely with exactly what I said, but I stand by what I said, whatever it was.
We're a nation of workers and doers and dreamers. We work hard for what we get. And all we ask for is that our hard work pays off. I believe that the way you grow the economy is from the middle out. I believe in fighting for the middle class, because if they're prospering, all of us will prosper. That's the idea of America, and that's why America's the greatest nation on earth.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
4 years ago, as I had the privilege to travel all across this country and meet Americans from all walks of life, I decided nobody else should have to endure the heartbreak of a broken healthcare system. No one in the wealthiest nation on earth should go broke because they get sick. Nobody should have to tell their daughters or sons the decisions they can and cannot make for themselves are constrained because of some politicians in Washington. And thanks to you, we've made a difference in people's lives. Thanks to you, there are folks that I meet today who have gotten care and their cancer's been caught and they've gotten treatment and they are living full lives, and it happened because of you. We've come too far to turn back now. We've got too much work to do to implement healthcare. We've got too much work to do to create good jobs. We've got too many teachers that we've got to hire. We've got too many schools we've got to rebuild. We've got too many students who still need affordable higher education. There's more homegrown energy to generate. There are more troops that we've got to bring home. There are more doors of opportunity that we've got to open to anybody who's willing to work hard and walk through those doors. We've got to keep building an economy where no matter what you look like or where you come from, you can make it here if you try. And you can leave something behind for the next generation. That's what's at stake right now, Colorado. That's why I'm running for President of the United States of America. That's why I'm asking for your vote. I still believe in you, and if you still believe in me, and if you're willing to stand with me, and knock on some doors with me, and make some phone calls with me, and talk to your neighbors and friends about what's at stake, we will win this election. We will finish what we started, and we'll remind the world why America's the greatest nation on earth. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.